And this is where it all comes together.
I think one of the secrets of top billing is unearthing talent. Finding talent is something that we pride ourselves with. You know, we find talent from different walks of life, in front of the camera and indeed behind the scenes. And that's what makes top billing a success. It's the team that works tirelessly behind the scenes and of course the talent in front of the camera. So it's that combination of raw talent that makes top billing a shining star.
Each week starts with a brainstorm session on content.
We always see the people in front of the camera. We don't see the people behind the scenes. So bearing that in mind, what do you think are the most important things that we focus on?
People want to know what is that winning recipe that makes top billing so addictive and what makes it such an award-winning show.
It's one thing to have a great idea. The challenge is making it real. And that means only one thing: hard work. The Top Billing production team are past masters at closing the gap between dream and reality. They do it every day.
As content and approach is finalized, the office swings into action to make it happen. This is the engine room.
We have a production team and crew that are just unbelievable. They are our family, they are our best friends, they are the people that we phone in the middle of the night to say, I don't know what I'm doing, or I'm lost, or what city am I in? They get to answer all of those calls, and they do it with such grace and compassion and professionalism that they certainly make my job a lot easier.
Leading the team is cool-headed production manager Yusuf, who is the go-to guy in case of any emergency.
My phone is on 24/7, literally. No matter how good the plan is, no matter how good the structure of the shoot is, something will go wrong, and you've got to be there, you've got to be on your toes. It's all about kind of planning for the best, but preparing for the worst.
On one occasion I'd landed in Los Angeles. Get to the hotel, exhausted, got all of my luggage, I'm looking all raffled. Oh, we don't have a booking for you. I said, what? And I phoned my first port of call, who's always Yusuf. This poor guy has to deal with phone calls from me consistently. And this one happened to be at 2 o'clock in the morning, South African time.
In the offices of Top Billing, the word diva is sometimes whispered. But luckily, Yusuf has learned to tame the star by delivering the almost impossible.
I don't know what his wife thinks of me, but she can't love me. She can't love me.
It's 2 a.m. in the morning, my phone rings, it's Jeannie. She's literally screaming at me. She's at the hotel, she's tired, and they won't allow her to check in. No, but of course I sent it through. I make all of the bookings, everything's arranged prior. The problem is, because she arrives late, the person who I've sent it through, their shift's over. So there's someone completely new there, they haven't spoken to me, they haven't gotten the email, no one left a note or anything. I've got to now, sort this out.
Nobody loves me anymore. Yep, I got into my room eventually.
Yusuf runs a global operation.
What's the time in New York?
With filming often happening across multiple time zones.
The world never sleeps. That's why Top Billing can never sleep. We've got to be at the forefront. We've got to be there to capture and seize all of the opportunities as and when they happen. We are known for getting the world's best celebrities on the show. Doesn't matter who they are. When they come to South Africa and even abroad, we make sure that we have them first. We keep up with the latest newsmakers. We want to know who's topical, who's doing what, who's creating buzz. And based on that, we work on getting access to them. Now, getting access to them doesn't necessarily mean you're keeping up with the celebs, but it's keeping up with their management. So building and keeping those relationships strong is the most important thing in securing interviews and time with these celebs.
The great story about Mr. Yusuf is he arrived at Top Billing as a receptionist. And he basically worked his way up and up and up until he became the production manager where he is today.
Coming from a finance background, I was willing to actually start by manning the switchboards. This was me getting my foot in the door, giving me access to work with the producers so that they could see that I've got something, something more. And as I interacted with them, they must have seen something in me, and I was put into production. And, it's basically grown from strength to strength.